In my last video, I was talking about the importance of choline, and egg is a very good source of choline. But what about the cholesterol? Because egg yolk is very rich in cholesterol, and it is also rich in choline. So let us see about the egg cholesterol or egg intake. We discussed that dietary choline is very necessary for functioning of our cells, and it is a precursor of membrane phospholipid, and it gives a structural integrity and signaling functioning of the help in signaling functioning of cell. Choline also as a component of neurotransmitter. It also helps in lipid transportation and also for the development of nervous system, brain, neural tube closure, memory and learning process of brain. So choline is a play very important role in our body, and it is necessities for the physiological functioning of our body, and then especially the nervous system. Let us talk about the egg cholesterol. So intake of egg, it may not uh, increase the serum cholesterol level. Some people prefer to take the egg white, which is very rich in protein, rather than egg yolk, which is very rich in cholesterol. So having the fear that intake of egg may increase the risk of cardiovascular failures. But let us discuss the regulatory mechanism of cholesterol in our body. So whatever we eat, dietary cholesterol, it may be egg or other sources. It doesn't mean that it directly goes to the serum, but it has to go through the digestion process and the absorption process. So when the dietary cholesterol ingested, and before that, let us talk about the lipoprotein. What is lipoprotein? Lipoprotein is the assembly of lipids and protein. In the circulation, the cholesterol, triglycerides are bound as a lipoprotein. Lipoprotein, it contains cholesterol, fatty, triglyceride, and the protein, and it is transported in our body. That is lipoprotein. It is a package. So when we ingest the dietary cholesterol, that dietary cholesterol have to be undergo the process of digestion, and then it is absorbed and it is transported as chylomicron to the liver. And in the liver also produce a lot of cholesterol. Almost 70 to 80% of cholesterol are produced by the liver. And because cholesterol is a very important component in our body, many of the steroid, almost all the steroid hormones are, cholesterol is the precursor for all the steroid hormones and functioning of the cells. It is a very important compound in our body. So liver itself produces 70 to 80% around cholesterol in endogenous cholesterol. So when the cholesterol, dietary cholesterols are transported to the liver, and liver itself produces the cholesterol, and this dietary cholesterol or exogenous cholesterol along with the endogenous cholesterol, liver produce the cholesterol, that is endogenous cholesterol, and along with the triglyceride and the protein, they form the package. It forms the package, and then it is called very low density lipoprotein, and it is goes to the circulation, and in the circulation the tissues extract the triglyceride, and VLDL, it is converted to LDL, and then LDL received by the cell through the receptors, and then excess LDL are transported back to the liver as HDL, high density lipoprotein, and to the liver. And this excess LDL, which is transported as HDL, and then this is converted into bile, and bile is released in the GIT. It is play a very important role for the digestion of fat, and so that bile helps significantly help in the digestion. So excess bile or they are removed along with the stool, and if necessary or some portion of the bile are recycled by the liver. So here we have to understand when the dietary cholesterol increases, the endogenous cholesterol decreases. so that the serum cholesterol level maintained. When the serum cholesterol level is maintained, there may be very negligence risks of cardiovascular diseases. So LDL is a bad cholesterol. Generally, we consider as a bad cholesterol. HDL is a good cholesterol because HDL bring the excess LDL to the liver and that form the bile. So when this ratio is maintained, LDL and HDL, then there may not be very significant increase of serum cholesterol level. It is maintained in our body. So intake of egg, it may not directly increase the serum cholesterol level. If the intake of egg increases, the liver decreases the endogenous cholesterol production so that serum cholesterol level is maintained. So this is the negative feedback mechanism or the when dietary cholesterol increases, endogenous decreases. So if there is abnormalities in these regulatory processes, there may be abnormalities in cholesterol regulation or some genetic problem. So then there may be increase of serum cholesterol level that affect the cardiovascular disease or chances of cardiovascular disease. So about 75% of the cholesterol or 80% are produced by the body or in the liver. So the ratio, the serum cholesterol level and the intake of egg, that maintained by the liver by decreasing the endogenous cholesterol production if the dietary cholesterol increases. So this is the regulation where the serum cholesterol is maintained. So when we take the cholesterol doesn't mean that suddenly increase the serum cholesterol level. So even the report has seen that intake of egg may increase the HDL, that is a good cholesterol. And the serum cholesterol level increases, it may be due to the problem in the feedback mechanism and the reverse cholesterol transport mechanism. That is reverse cholesterol transport mechanism, excess cholesterols are bring back to the liver and form the bile and excreted from the body. So when this ratio is maintained, LDL, HDL, so there may not be high chances of cardiovascular disease. This ratio maintained in our body for normal functioning. So along with the LDL, if the HDL increase means excess LDL, which is bad cholesterol, are removed from the body. Even the studies has found in the 50 countries, and they found that direct intake of cholesterol may not correlate with the blood profile or mortality or the major cardiovascular diseases. Even some studies, they have taken whole community and they try to find out the relationship between the egg intake and the cardiovascular disease. There also they did not find a very significant result. Even the keto diet, egg is intake of egg, it helps in increase the high density lipoprotein. So that is beneficial, people who are doing the keto diet. And even the studies of the Japanese people and the US people, the intake of egg in the Japan people, almost 50% as compared to the USA. So even though Asian country cardiovascular diseases are increases, so it doesn't mean that we can directly blame the intake of egg can increase the cardiovascular diseases. There are so many factors, the lifestyle of the people, that is also have to be considered when we consider the cardiovascular diseases. So lifestyle also play a very significant role. So egg not only contain the nutrients, but it has many compound, which is called bioactive compound, a type of chemical found in certain food that have action in our body to promote good health, like antimicrobial, immunomodulator, anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-hypertensive, pro and anti-inflammatory. These are very important for our body. When yolk, phosphatin inhibit iron and copper mediated oxidation of phospholipid, it has antibacterial property. Even egg yolk, it has a very good supplement of carotenoids. Those are very important for age-related macular degeneration, preventing the age-related macular degeneration and reduce the risk of cataract. Even it has been believed that cancer and atherosclerosis, so this supplement carotenoid very helpful. So it has many compound in the egg white as well as egg yolk and and it is found that it has very good bioactive or biological activities in our body. And egg is a very good natural source of antioxidant. And many this bioactive compound, they have antimicrobial, anti-cancer, immunomodulator activity, anti-hypertensive. So I have given you few component, but there are many component in the egg that is very important for our body. So intake of egg, it is very important our daily for a healthy body. So when we talk about the underdeveloped or the developing country, the malnutrition is a great concern. So egg is a package of many nutrients, vitamins, mineral, trace minerals, and even bioactive compounds. Those are very helpful. This may be one of the way to alleviate from the malnutrition. Thank you.